guys, so today I am going to be doing a video on my journey with minimalism, and in case you haven't heard about it before, I will put a link in the description box down below of like what minimalism is. I'll either link a video or like a website that talks about it, but pretty much the best way for me to describe it is where you just cut down on the amount of stuff you have and all the clutter and extra stuff that you have in your life that you really don't even use or bother with, but you just kind of focus on what you do like, what you do love, what you actually use, and you use that instead of, just letting things like sit and not be used. But that might be a terrible way I just described it, so just be sure to watch the video or read the website that I linked down below. So I just wanted to talk to y'all today about my journey with minimalism and how I got started with it, how it's coming along for me and all that kind of thing. So first off, I never knew of a thing called minimalism before. The first time I ever heard of it was from Tara E's channel. I'll link her in the description box too because I love her channel. It's really nice, and she mentioned minimalism in one of her videos one day, and I was like, that sounds interesting. She didn't do a full-blown video on it, but she just briefly talked about it, and I was like, that sounds kind of interesting, got my attention. And then I came across the channel Light by Coco. She's a very popular minimalist on YouTube. She lives light, which is kind of like minimalism, I guess you could say, and I fell in love with her videos as well. And then I stumbled upon a couple of other channels where women practice minimalism, and I'll link them all in the description box because they're amazing. I love watching their videos. I'm like obsessed with it. And that's how I really first became aware of minimalism, that there was an actual thing where people practice minimalism. But now that I think on it, and I've been thinking about minimalism once I actually learned about minimalism, I realized that I've been practicing minimalism or been on a journey towards minimalism since about my freshman year of college, and now I am going into my senior year. It was time for me to, leave my home, my room. This is my room for home, and when I start traveling back and forth to my school. But I'm actually a commuter student. I live at my grandparents' house during the school year, so when it was time for me to pack up my stuff in this room that I'm sitting in right now, and go to my room at my grandparents' house, I just began noticing that I wasn't needing all the stuff in my room. I just became aware, like, when I pack up my stuff in my room to go to my grandparents' house for this school year, all I pack, is my clothes, my makeup, my laptop, maybe a book or two that I'm reading, a journal, some jewelry, and just a minimal amount of jewelry, and maybe one bottle of perfume, and my toiletries. And that's all I would bring with me back to my grandparents' house. And I realized that, I don't need all this stuff. And the thing is, I found that I wasn't missing those items that I had left here at my home in this room. And that's when I started realizing the stuff that you have, like the visible stuff that you hold, the physical things, isn't what really buys you happiness. And that might sound really cliche, but it's very true, at least in my case. I found that, spending time with my loved ones, people that I care about, like that's what I enjoy doing. The physical things, like stuff, it didn't really mean anything to me. And that's when I realized, I need to start cutting back on things. So a lot of the time, every few months, I would just go through my closet and start taking stuff out that I noticed I hadn't been wearing for a long time or using, and I would just take it to a donation place and didn't miss that stuff. So I've been doing that pretty much since my freshman year of college. Just ever so often, I'll just clean out my closet or clean out my drawers or something like that to declutter. And I'm a type of person where I do not like a lot of clutter. I do not like things that are disorganized. I don't like messy stuff. None of that. I can't stand it. And I realized that the minimalist lifestyle would be so good for me because a lot of stuff, a lot of clutter around me, I can't focus. I can't think clearly. Like every night, I'm dead serious about this. Every night I clean my room before I study or do homework or say read a book or whatever. I have to clean my room or I won't be able to sleep at night. And that might sound really weird to people who don't practice minimalism, but I'm sure a lot of people who are practicing minimalism understand where I'm coming from. And in the morning too, I have to make sure my room's clean in the morning before I head off to school during the school year, because I just focus better, and I realize a lot of stuff tends to give me sometimes anxiety too. And when I don't have a lot of stuff going on around me, like physical things, and my environment is calm, quiet, and peaceful, I think clearly. I am not at nowhere near where I want to be, but now since I have realized that there is a such thing that's called minimalism, I have been aware, more so aware of what I buy. I'm aware of the things that I use. I'm aware of the things that I don't use. It's crazy. Like, I have a closet full of clothes, but I don't even wear all those clothes in my closet because a lot of the clothes, I don't like how it feels on me. I don't like how it makes me look. It's just not anything that I really enjoy. Minimalism, there's so many aspects to it. It really is. But like the society that we live in, we are conditioned in our minds from an early age that the more stuff we have, the more stuff we buy, that's what makes us important in society. Because people, especially in America, I can't, because I live in America, can't talk about other countries, because I've never been to another country, but the American society is like, the more stuff you have, that's like showing that you are someone in this world, that you are a success. And people base their success on the amount of stuff you have. And I think that's so sad that society has put that in our minds, that that's how it's supposed to be. So guys, I really hope this video wasn't like all over the place for y'all with me talking about minimalism. This is my first video I've ever done on minimalism, so it's really different for me, and it's a different type of video I've ever filmed. So like I said, I would love for y'all to request minimalist videos or topics that you want me to talk about when it comes to minimalism. So just request videos, talk to me in the comments, all that kind of thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys! And I'm sorry I'm looking out my window. I think it might be raining right now. And there's a little kid in the middle of my road, like, with an umbrella, like, dancing with the umbrella. That's different.